Good morning. How are we doing this morning, my friends? Inside the place, it's Brekky in the Cave. The eyes are red. It's Fresh Fridays. What? Wrong one. Loads of stuff on the way. Make sure you keep it locked. How are we doing this morning, my friends? It's Brekky in the Cave. It is Fresh Fridays. Myself and Duke Sky, he'll be joining me very shortly in about 10 minutes or so on the line. We're doing stuff very, very differently this morning. We on the normal breakfast show we do over on Trickstar Radio every Friday is Fresh Fridays. That's the time of the day where we base it, the time of the week essentially, where we run through all of the new releases. I actually stayed up quite late yesterday, primarily streaming Minecraft, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, doing a few other bits, and we did actually go through and look through all of the latest releases that did drop around all the different stores and platforms and bits. So we've got like a big listing of stuff we're going to get through today. As well as that, we are going to be looking at this latest new thing that Bandcamp are doing for today. They're waiving all the revenue share, so basically artists can eat, essentially, by the looks of things. Also, going to actually look at the J Hus clothing line because we didn't get a chance to look at it yesterday. Of course, running through all the latest releases as well. There's no events guide this week, obviously, because everyone's locked down inside. But we're also going to look at a couple of other things that are floating around in kind of general music news and stuff like that. So we're not going to get into the brand new bits just yet. We're going to wait for Juki to get on the line before we do that. So I'm going to jump into a track I played yesterday and I really, really enjoyed, to be honest with you. I think it's a track that is a good way of kind of like making the most out of a current situation. And I feel like Mr. Vegas is without a doubt the best person to do something like this. This one is Corona, pretty much carnival flavors all the way through. So let's kick it off.
Oh, lad, 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 lad. Oh, na, 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 na. Na, na. Hey, girl, Corona, your ass. Bumbo club. Dirty Corona, your ass. Bumbo club. Hey, girl, Corona with your virus. I beg your love, young one, your ass. Bumbo club. Can be my wifey. Can be my sweetheart, your ass. Bumbo club. Hey, girl, Corona with your virus. I beg your love, young one, your ass. Bumbo club. Oh, Corona, I'm afraid of you. Of all the evil you do. Oh, Corona, we're afraid of you. A murder when she passed through. She all over. She's a killer, pretty killer. She is a murderer, pretty killer. Hey, girl, Corona, your ass. Bumbo club. Dirty Corona, your ass. Bumbo club. Hey, girl, Corona with your...
Out to the man from Del Monte, good morning. Good morning indeed.
Club. You know why you come touch me body. Anyway you see me stay far from me. Me hear you gone 50,000 Chinese. Any which part you go and you lock the city. You give Ishi and the old lady. Nobody have a pay and you a give it for free. You know why nobody come but me. Hey girl, Corona, your ass. Bumbo club. Dirty Corona, your ass. Bumbo club. Hey girl, Corona with your virus. I beg your love, young one, your ass. Bumbo club. Can be my wifey, your ass. Bumbo club. Can be my sweetheart, your ass. Bumbo club. Hey girl, Corona with your virus. I beg your love, young one, your ass. Bumbo club. Tell me why you're tripping, young girl, you're wrong. You wanna touch my system, but you know that me afraid of you. Can't be my boo. Now I see you. Oh na na na, nigga Corona, your ass. Bumbo club. Dirty Corona, your ass. Bumbo club. Nigga Corona with your virus. I beg your love, young one, your ass. Bumbo club.
Lively flavors on that one from Mr. Vegas featuring Topo La Mascara. It's just like Mr. Vegas. Turn it into a positive. But yeah, lively flavors on that one. I love a bit of carnival juice in the morning. It's Friday, people. The Skype parties are going to be commencing. The Netflix live viewing sessions are going to be commencing as well. We're not on total lockdown yet, so you've still got time to go and grab a couple of bevies for later on. I think I might have to do that myself, to be honest with you. I might have to put the mask on, put the gloves on, and go and grab something, because I don't know if I can deal with an extended lockdown without having a couple of bevies, you know what I mean? A couple of bevies to pass the time. So as you can see in the top, that side corner, I'm trying to get my angles right there, that thing right there, you should be able to see that we are going to be running through a load of different ratings today. It's going to be very enjoyable indeed. We're going to be looking at bangers. We're going to be looking quite specifically as well at Razor's new project. We're going to run for a few tracks on that. We're going to basically get him on the line with Dukey, and we're going to kind of look for a couple of the tracks which are on the project, which does drop today. As well as that, we do have some serious banger selection. Let me just get the listing up on my screen here. You should be able to see it very, very soon. So we're going to be running through loads of new music from the likes of Big Tobes, Mr. Easy, Miss Banks, Rosca, Murder He Wrote. There's new Footsie, there's new Jaffro, there's new DJ Zinc, there's new Shura, there's new Shadow People, there's new Fisher, and there's new Eyes. They're all on the listing so far. We might sneak a couple of other ones in as well, but we'll see how we go. It's Fresh Fridays here on the Cubcam YouTube channel. Out to everyone who's locked in already. We're going to be looking through stuff as we go forward, obviously. But yeah, let's have a look at this Bandcamp news, which is apparently that Bandcamp is waiving its revenue share for all sales today in support of artists. Bandcamp is essentially waiving all shares today between midnight and midnight to basically support artists that now aren't able to tour. The online music store and platform will not be taking any cut from purchases made. In turn, it will be offering a bigger payout to record labels and their artists. Code 9's imprint Hyperdub has also promised to give 100% of March sales on Beatport directly to the artists, and has recommended buying this Friday over any other time so that the artists on the label who do live off music have that extra bit of money to get them through this tough period. Elsewhere in the ongoing scenario, to ease, Amazon, warehouses and online retailer will not be taking any further orders for CDs, vinyl or music merchandise, so households, essentials and medical supplies can be restocked. So there we go. There's a couple of other bits of news as well we are going to be looking at as we go forward, but make sure you are keeping it locked. We're going to jump into another banger next. This is another one that we've been running throughout the course of the week, and I've been really, really enjoying. By the way, we did kick off with a tune from MPH with What Would We Do, which is, as you know, it's a classic sample at this point. Everyone knows the sample pretty much off by heart. So what we're going to get into then, we're going to run something we have been running all week in classic Fresh Friday style. You know what? I'm going to run this because we ran it earlier and I really, really enjoyed it. So this one is Vancouver from Daneo and Blanco. Wicked tune. Don't go anywhere.
My heart is cold like Vancouver. Give me a Canada Goose juice and 2 rum. You only move for that moolah. I ain't seen my family in 2 months. Nothing new to man, man Superman. The man them have the leg. If you're new to man, no man a ruthless man. Mine you don't get. Why you talking all brave? You ain't never wrote to your in jail. Stories you told us some glorious tales, and that's a glorious fail. If I bang a man in his face, we'll take a flight back to the man in the cave. Talking about swag, I invented that. You only wear garms that's expensive. Anyway, back to the program.
Morning, Dukey. Gonna be belling you in just a second.
While we slow down, she want hold hand. I can see she want a romance. Yeah, let's exit like Brexit and hit the road, man. I'm preying your watch by enough road, man. He thinks he's tough cause he's a road man. If I lunge the head, but you'll eat road, man. My heart is cold like Vancouver. Give me a Canada Goose juice and 2 rum. You only move for that moolah. I ain't seen my family in 2 months. Nothing new to man, man Superman. The man them have the leg. If you're new to man, no man a ruthless man. Mine you don't get.
As cold as my heart is, I bust down. From jail to the yard, it's a touchdown. He control, watch the strip shut down. Bro, smoke so much damn like the Dutch town. And the block's hot, mean the devil wears tech fleece. I just might go see my friends at the resi. I just had a dream, my estate turn against me. South of the park, but we'll never kill Kenny. We was in the street beef, nothing was discreetly. Bro's doing grand theft like Dimitri. GG got a bird for machinery. Only thing that he draws is graffiti. Notorious, baby girl, we ain't B.I.G. I ain't doing no shows, this is VIP. I won't put the whole thing, just a TIP. No face coats on, that's the PIGs.
My heart is cold like Vancouver. Give me a Canada Goose juice and 2 rum. You only move for that moolah. I ain't seen my family in 2 months. Nothing new to man, man Superman. The man them have the leg. If you're new to man, no man a ruthless man. Mine you don't get. My heart is cold like Vancouver. Give me a Canada Goose juice and 2 rum. You only move for that moolah. I ain't seen my family in 2 months. Nothing new to man, man Superman. The man them have the leg. If you're new to man, no man a ruthless man. Mine you don't get.
Right then, we're inside the building. This is Fresh Fridays. It's Brekky in the Cave, a slightly unusual way of doing Fresh Fridays, but Duke Sky does join us on the line. How are you doing this morning today? You all good?
Good morning. Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you, mate. How are you keeping?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm kind of enjoying lockdown. Just kind of like burrowing in, slowly like putting like cement up against the walls and bits like that. Making
the most of it, I think, is fair. It's fair assessment of your lockdown.
That's pretty. Yeah, I'd say making the most is you know what it is? I'd struggle. I think that's what it is. I think I'd struggle to sit and just do nothing. And as I've got all this wonderful equipment in front of me, I thought I may as well, crack on, as it were.
Yeah, I think, like, in terms of the perfect torture for you, forget like the constant drip on the forehead or something like that. Forget all that. I think just stick you in a room with absolutely nothing to do.
Yeah, literally.
That sends you mad. Whereas me, I'll find anything.
I think even with a constant drip on my head, I'd try to turn it into a rhythm or something.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, well, there you go. So metronome.
Out to Luciferian. How are you doing this morning, sir? Again, out to the man from Del Monte. Out to man like Gander. I know you're a silent listener. So what we'll be doing is pretty much running Fresh Fridays the same way we always do run Fresh Fridays. But we're just going to be doing it over the phone. So we kind of like looked at a list of tunes that we were going to be kind of talking through and giving ratings for. I can put that back up on the screen now. We've got all the graphics on screen and stuff. This is all stuff we're learning to do as we go. So what we're going to do is let's jump into one of the tunes first. Do you want to pick one to start us off with?
Oh, no. I'll let you do the others. You've gone to all the effort, so it's only right. I'll give you first pick.
Alrighty then. Let's do the Jaffo one first because I really like this one. It's a good one to kick us off with.
Brilliant, yeah.
Right, let's get into this one then. This one is Peace featuring Low Fades. Literally heard this one this morning. Dukey sent it over to me and we kind of went, yeah, let's do that. So let's crack on with this one. Don't go anywhere. We're live on Brekky in the Cave. It's Fresh Friday, straight in.
I'm the Amazon boy from the jungle. I'm the Jaguar. I'm the Guyanese boy.
I would rather throw the peace sign up than have a peace by my side to keep the peace from me. But they don't wanna give me no peace of mind and let my mind rest in peace. You get a piece of my mind before you even get a whiff of the piece of my pie. Face like you don't want a piece of me. Nah, you don't want a piece of. Life keeps switching up, man. It's so perplexing, but I ain't pressed. I can cope with pressures. You on the other hand, crushed by the pressure, man. That's so depressing. I just treated the pressure like shoulder presses, and I done loads of sets and I got loads of reps. And now I hold the strength to rip your soul from your solar plexus. Just know that everything I own or I'm gonna be getting, I had to go and get it. Let's go and get it. I've come for revenge and honey's in my bed and a slice of the cheesecake, a money-filled briefcase. But check it, thou shalt not change thy tune, and thou shalt not play by rules, and thou shalt not play thy fool, cause that's how thou get played by fools.
I'm the Amazon boy from the jungle. Yeah, I'm the Jaguar. I'm the Guyanese boy. And I tell him like,
I'd rather throw the peace sign up than have a peace by my side to keep the peace from me. They don't wanna give me no peace of mind.
Sounds of the Jaffro on this one. This one is cold. We're going to get into the rating for this one in just a second.
I whip for the piece of my pie, face like you don't want a piece of me. Nah, you don't want a piece of. Hope you know what I gave for this, and all the pain that I take for this. The way I went out my way for this. Yeah. I work like a slave for this. Now let me show you what greatness is. What greatness is. Now I'm sick of all these dons that were the biggest in their pond, but it be different when you're swimming in the sea. They don't wanna see me winning. They be saying something fishy going on because they seen a brother jumping upstream. I just rearranged my time and I got the right item. I don't need to spell it out, but take note and you'll see. They only wanna tell you about the pieces you've been missing in your puzzle. I forever make them hold their peace. Who am I?
I'm the Amazon boy from the jungle.
That's right. And
I'm the Jaguar. I am the Guyanese boy.
I am the Guyanese boy. And now I'd rather throw the peace sign up, then have a peace by my side to keep the peace from me. They don't wanna give me no peace of mind, and let my mind rest in peace. You got peace of my mind before you even get a whiff for the peace of my vibe. Like you don't want a piece of me, nah, you don't want a piece of. See, I would rather throw the peace sign up than have a peace by my side to keep the peace from me.
Wow, what a way to kick us off this morning. That one is an absolute monster of a tune. How did you find that one?
Via Jeffro himself.
Yep.
Yeah, straight from the horse's mouth, or the jaguar's mouth, actually, I should say.
I really like the Jaguar branding he kind of runs with.
Yeah. It's Jaguar, isn't it? No, I'm not.
Yeah, no, it definitely is Jaguar. Yeah. I really like the tune, man. Like, I think with Jeffro, I think he's just got such a good way of kind of mixing vocals and kind of like harmonics and rapping. Like whatever tempo he goes over, it seems to be smooth.
100%. Yeah, he's a great song maker. I think he knows exactly what to do with each aspect. So it all comes together very nicely.
It's very, very, very clean. Right, should we? Do you want to do the rating on this one?
Yeah, well, no, I'm gonna go straight out of the park. Give that one 4-5.
Giving that the big 4-5. So
big 4-5, yeah.
Right, Jeffro with what's it called again? It's called Peace, yeah.
It's called Peace, bro. Yeah.
Feet.
It's not like we just heard it on the.
Oh yeah. Right, we're gonna go for 4-5 on that one, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
This is sick watching you do this list live up on the screen. I was watching you point to it earlier, looking like a weatherman.
Yeah, trust me. I'm gonna get.
Coming in.
If I could, I would have ordered a green screen beforehand so I could get some like boiler room stuff going on behind and like make it all completely different. But yeah, so that's the first tune we've run for the day. Let's get into another one before we jump onto a group chat with Razor. So this next one we're gonna run. Let's switch it up a little bit. Let's go for this one from Shadow People. This one is Painted Red. Now I played this one earlier in the week and I absolutely loved it. It's out today via Deep Dark and Dangerous, which is a wicked dubstep label. I'm a massive fan of everything they do. But yeah, this one is Shadow People with Painted Red, and I think the feature is Lelijveld, I believe is how you pronounce it. I'm not entirely sure. It's a very complicated kind of Scandinavian looking name.
Lelijveld. Yeah, it is. So maybe Dutch or Belgian or something as well.
Yeah. I'd say Northern European.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that kind of realm. Right, let's get into this one then. Don't go anywhere. We're live on Brekky In The Cave. Myself and Duke Sky are on the line. We're going to be talking to Really Razor in just a second as well.
Colors glide by, clothed in a veil, covered head to toe. She knows no betrayal. Baby, don't take it too hard. We could go back to the start. And if only she had told me how the clouds are painted red. And she knows the quest for grief is a guess that never feels. But she sits there in a despair, breathing life into the beast. There's nowhere to hide in a clouded sky with with watchful eyes. Maybe don't take it too hard. We could go back to the start. And if only she had told me how the clouds are painted red. And she knows the quest for grief is a guest at every feast. But she sits there in her despair, breathing life into the beat. Deep into the past, strangled in the blind. There's the blade, there's nowhere to hide. In a clouded sky with watchful eyes. Baby, don't take it too hard. We could go back to the start. And if only she had told me how the clouds painted red. Now she knows the quest for grief is a guest at every feast. And she sits there in her despair, breathing life into the beast.
Right then, inside the building, this is Fresh Fridays. Myself and Duke Sky are both in the hot seat. Dukey's on the phone. Now, that one is certified heater. What are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, it just got better and better, really, didn't it? I like that the switch up at the end. Well, how did you describe it?
I described it as post-dubstep, but I wouldn't call it a post-dubstep tune if it wasn't released on a dubstep label. That's the thing.
Interesting. Yeah, because I wouldn't know how to categorise that.
It's very much just kind of like electronic music, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But no, regardless, it's a banger. It's a heater.
Straight up banger. So, you know what? I'm going to go out the park on this one because we've done it quite early. I should have probably left this till a little bit later, but I can't fault it. I genuinely can't fault it.
You're going 5, aren't you?
I'm hitting the big 5, and that's. Oh no, I put the wrong rating in the thing. Oh no, I need to change the rating.
Oh no, he's had a man.
VAR.
1,
there we go.
2,
VAR.
3,
It's changed,
4,
and we're running as normal.
That's it. You needed to have Ray to come and introduce the 5, bro. You could have come and done.
I could have. Yeah. You know what? When we're back in the studio, we need to get a big 4-5 and Ray going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and get the and do that because I think we do have the acapella somewhere. But yeah. Out to Jody saying that one is good for working vibes, very chill. Yes, it is very chilled, isn't it? Very, very kind of relaxed. But still, it's still.
To all the people. Shouts to everyone working from home as well.
Yeah, I know.
Like that to get you through the day.
I think the thing about working from home more than anything is that I find I'm quite used to it, but obviously it's quite a new thing for a lot of people.
Oh yeah, entirely. It's alien concept for most. So
it's good.
People struggling to find the balance of distraction, but
you know what I find? You know what I find more than anything else? When I'm working from home, I actually quite like having the distraction because it means I don't just sit and grind. You know what I mean? It gives me a little bit of like, if something's rendering, I won't go, right, whilst that's rendering, I'll do another ridiculous big job. I'll just play a game of FIFA or something like that.
Very true.
Which I think people would benefit from having a PS4 in their office. Anyway, let's get Ray in the call. Let's see if he picks up. He's been added, so we'll see how long it takes him to pick up. But yeah, good vibes. So this is obviously the way we're going to be doing Fresh Fridays for the time being. I quite like to do this on a regular basis if you are interested.
Yes, yeah. I'm with it. I think it's definitely going to be something we have to get used to. So
yeah, definitely, man. And I think also it means we have the op to both stay up a little bit later as well.
Yeah, improvise, adapt, overcome.
Definitely. I believe Ray's just joined the line. Hello.
Hello.
There we go.
Hello.
How you doing, Ray? You all good?
I'm good. Yeah, man, I'm energized.
Happy Ray Day.
Happy Ray Day, yeah.
Happy Ray Day. No, it's Friday, mate. We got some big tubes out today. Got the weekend out today.
Has the weekend album dropped today?
Is it out today or is it out later today or tomorrow or something like that?
It's out very soon. That's all I know because I'm literally on the edge of my seat waiting for that. But yeah,
I'm a big weekend fan. Yeah,
it's a very big weekend for music, man. So obviously the Sharp one. It's been a long project. It's been a project that's had a long kind of like lifeline, sort of lifespan. Sorry, in its building. When did the project first start coming together? Now that's a big question.
That is a big question. Do you know what? Arguably, like, my last project that went out was Homegrown in 2018. And arguably, like, the Sharp one started being formulated as, like, an idea or, like, you know, like a concept for a body of work. That was kind of like an idea that I had even when I was, like, promoting and putting that tape out. And then, like, the music sort of just came together quite naturally. Like, if you look at all the production and stuff, it's just like, so the first track is Beware, and that's actually a Brighton-based producer called Kyrie Michael on the production for that, smashed it. And that was Lucy, like Six Figure Gang Lucy. She was just like, hey, I heard this guy's rhythm and I think you'd sound sick on it. Do you know what I mean? And it was very much like that for the entire process. So that's kind of why it took so long. Like, it's kind of been over like the space of like 18 months, almost 2 years, because it's just been very natural and like in line with like what's been going on in my life, and I kind of feel like that's reflected in the music.
I'd say it's more than anything from like an out. Obviously, I was the person who's engineering it, so I sort of saw the projects coming in as they were going. For me, I found as a project, it was very much like watching you evolve. And I found with that as well, we started seeing a lot more different elements that we hadn't necessarily seen before. We started to hear sort of like harmonised hooks. We started to see like a lot more thought going into how it would sound when it's recorded. Is that something you were planning a lot more when you were putting it together, or did you find it just was like, once you'd done it, you were like, okay, that's what I want to do with it?
Do you know what? I think that was like a happy accident that kind of came out of the fact that I just stopped caring about so many things. Like, when I made Scum, when I made Homegrown, like, when I first, like, started, like, recording music properly, because before I just spit in bars, I'd be going to radio sets, doing cyphers. I wasn't really doing anything, in my opinion, that was too productive. Like, I was literally flinging unmixed freestyles up on SoundCloud and just being like, yeah, have that. So when it reached the point whereby, like, I started recording properly, I was just trying to, like, let people know, oh, this is who I am and this is where I'm from and this is what I think. And then I think, like, now with the music that I started like sort of building around the Sharp one, because you know better than anyone, there's so many other tracks that could have been on this project that didn't quite make it or didn't quite fit in.
Well, I remember putting a tweet up actually that was pretty much saying I've got like 30 unreleased Razor tunes all in a folder.
Yeah, you caused me a lot of problems on that day. I had DJs messaging me being like, so you keep telling me like, oh, the EP's coming, the project's coming, but KXVU's got 30, and I had to be like, wait, hold on, okay. KXVU, firstly, he's the engineer, so he gets everything. Even if I was to do you a DJ special, KXVU would have it technically. Like, secondly, like, when it's coming, like, allow me, you know what I mean? But, yeah, man, I think I stopped being so interested in trying to, I think with like Act Like You Know and Five and Easy, them kind of tunes there, the reason that like so many people who rate me rate them is because it's very much like a, you know, you could be like, this is a 2-minute and 20-second like insight into who is Razor, what does Razor stand for, and like that's good. But like now, I guess like the comparison is like now, rather than trying to give you like a 2-minute like highlight reel of what man's like about entirely, I'm just trying to give you a snapshot of that, maybe over a slightly longer period of time, take a bit more time. Like, I think lots of the verses on this project are longer, you know what I mean? We've got 24 bar verses, 32 bar verses. I have more to say, still less features, do you know what I mean? Because there aren't too many people. I said on my live stream yesterday that I only want people on the project who I think are levels, do you know what I mean? That's why on Homegrown there was literally just Duke and Asante. On Scum there was literally just River. To be honest, like, yeah, it's just like, who, like, I take that shit seriously, innit? So I think all of that stuff just came from me, like, not really feeling like I had anything to prove anymore. I'm just like, I feel like I've, you know what I mean, like, named something in this pirate radio, grime, underground sort of world that I haven't done. Okay, there's Lord of the Mics, and that's literally it as far as the stuff that I care about. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely, man. I mean, Dukey, like, what were your thoughts on the project when you first kind of listened through it?
Well, I haven't had a chance to listen through it as extensively as you, Mr. Engineer. But from first listen, yes, exactly what I expected. And yeah, I can only echo what you said about its progression. And that's where there's nothing less than what you'd expect from Ray. So it's good to hear, man. I appreciate that, man.
There we go. So we're going to jump into one of the tunes off the project. I feel this is the kind of tune that led obviously this was the tune that kind of led the campaign once everything was like finalised and fixed, and everything was in place. This one is Run. Now this one's a lot quicker than your average kind of grime tune. It's a whole 10 BPM quicker. Like when you first heard the instrumental, like were you immediately like, I'm on it regardless?
Do you know what, yeah? This is probably like one of the last tunes that I was kind of, definitely in terms of recording, and again in terms of like being sure about wanting it on the tape. Like, so for it to be the single is kind of jokes. But yeah, and I heard the rhythm, and I already had the concept for the tune, which was like, obviously it's called Run, and it's talking about like there's the physical element of running away from people, blah blah, but there's also like people think they run the game. People talk about the young G's running their mouth, and it's like the word for me, it had lots of different layers, and I wanted to say lots of different on it. And I think like when I heard that beat, and I realised it was like 150 BPM, I was like, what better way is there to critique like the sort of what I believe to be like a stagnant nature in the grime scene than by doing all of it on an instrumental that man are going to hear. And straight away when I did it as a single, when I put up the video, even the teaser, man, straight away they were like, this isn't grime. And I was replying to them, I was like, neither is a tricycle. neither is a season-long marathon of Fairly Odd Parents. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, I don't care what you think is grime, because what's the best grime album ever? Everyone's going to say Boy in the Corner. Man, I don't fight you.
I'm gonna jump in there. We've had this conversation before.
And Boy in the Corner is not 140 BPM. You know what I mean?
Boy in the Corner is a Duke album. I don't care what anyone says. It's a footwork album.
Yeah, not me.
But yeah, man, like I just tell people, like, if I'm on it and I'm spitting bars, especially like the way I spit bars, people hear it and it's like grime. I've got R&B tunes that I've vocaled with people, garage tunes, funky tunes. People, especially, I've got people who listen to my stuff in like different parts of the world, and whatever they hear me on, they think of it as grime. Do you know what I mean? Because of the way I come at it and of the way I attack the flows and all of that in it. So
yeah, you can't get caught up in all that anyway, man. You just gotta make the music you want to make, and the results will prove themselves. So
yeah, and when I've been doing sets with like, I've done sets with KXVU, like I've done sets with people like Chamber 4-5, Misunderstood, people who are willing to go like, you know, lots of DJs are very comfortable in it, the 141, 142s in it, but like some DJs like Chamber 4-5 and like them, man, they're like, him and Raheem did back to back the other day at like 145, 147 BPM. Lyrical exercise, had man doing cardio in the race.
Right then, let's jump into this first one then. This one is Run. Obviously the video for this is out now as well, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. We're going to talk about the video and the rest of the
visuals
project
are cold as well.
in just a second. Yeah, the visuals for this are sick as well, I've got to say.
Thank you, bro.
We're going to get into this one now. We're live on the Cub Cam YouTube channel. Out to everyone locked in. Make sure if you've got a question for Razor, you're dropping it in the chat box. We're going to get through all of them as we move forward. We're going to be on the line till about 11ish with Ray, and then we're going to get into the rest of Fresh Friday. So keep it locked and don't go anywhere.
True hippie.
I'm really the sharpest. Them man, they love to chat about work, but they're moving lethargic. Murderous thoughts on my mind, and I don't think to mask it. I'm on the street, it's the darkest proofs in my gigs. I ain't talking to artists, loose in a wig on a target. Bootleg, rebought versions of Ray, they belong in a market. I'm taking a piss. They belong in a car boot cell. Too damn fresh, I cannot do stale. Too damn dark, I cannot do pale. But blue lights, I cannot do gel. My brother got shift, no bail. When I swear to the Lord, when it rains, it hails. Still putting that grub on scales. No shop floor, but man are on sales. Them man there try schooling me. Go tell them old men I'm not your son. They try fooling me. Go tell them man there I'm not the one. Any soundway one duel with me get spun. Like man's OCB get bun. And as for disrespect at none, man don't hide, I seek you. Them man there try schooling me. Go tell them old men I'm not your son. They try fooling me. Go tell them man there I'm not the one. Any soundway one duel with me get spun. Like man's OCB get bun. And as for disrespect at none, man don't hide, I seek you, run. do drip, but I'm wavy. Cup tie there, you can't play me. Treat cheese crazy, eat beef crazy. Raise not lazy, cloud don't phase me. Fuck you, pay me, run that sterling. If you don't see me, I'm working. You're not club certain, you're certain. You wouldn't say that shit in person. Stretch and flip, no gymnast. Came on a wave like Sinbad. Till I just come, you man, I've been bad. Test the blade, get left in a bin bag. Come for the bag like a bin man. Know what I'm on when I'm in fam. Crimson ting if I chin man, way too flag, check wings. But them man there try schooling me. Go tell them old men I'm not your son. They try fooling me. Go tell them man there I'm not the one. Any soundway one duel with me get spun. Like man's OCB get bun. And as for disrespect at none, man don't hide, I seek you. Them man there try schooling me. Go tell them old men I'm not your son. They try fooling me. Go tell them man there I'm not the one. Any soundway one duel with me get spun. Like man's OCB get bun. And as for disrespect at none, man don't hide, I seek you. Run. Shut up, pull it back. No, they're not ready. Drop again. Oh, you think they're ready? Bring it. Right now? No.
Right then, we're live inside the building. This is Brekky In The Cave. It's Fresh Fridays. A man like Razor is on the line with myself and Duke Sky. First of all, how are you doing this morning, sir?
I'm very, very good, man. I'm feeling rested and refreshed.
That's what
and got this music out. Yeah. Trust me.
When you're putting music out, like obviously there's always like the day. There's like release day. Do you still get a buzz off that kind of release day feeling?
Yeah, in fact, to be honest, I was telling everyone yesterday, like, I think that's the only thing that still gives me that buzz. Like, performing in front of big crowds is very weird now. Like, I don't feel like nervous per se, but I get like butterflies, and then when I'm on stage, I'm very, very calm. Same thing with like, you know, stuff like the Deli Alley like thing that we did with Crep Protect and that. When I hear about stuff like that, I get gassed. Like it's like a short burst, but like with releases, that's the thing that still gives me like the very like butterflies in my stomach. What people can think, how's it going to sound? Is this really like? Did I really want to put this out like that? And so yeah, it's very much. And that whole feeling will last for like a week or two in my experience. You know what I mean? So it's very much like something that I enjoy.
Nice. Well, obviously we've got the final project put together now, and it was, as we were saying, it was an extensive process of kind of like whittling it down. How did you finally decide on the 8 tracks you wanted?
It was kind of like the concept of what the Sharp One was meant to be, and that was kind of what I had at the core, because I had all these tunes. I had 2 tunes with like Dutchy Lamau. I got a tune with Tints, which is going to be like, lots of this music is still coming out, do you know what I mean? But it's just like right timing, do you know what I mean? Right placing. But like there were just so many tunes and so many different like fucking so many different narratives.
No, you're good.
Yeah, I try to keep it professional though, you know. There's so many different narratives in that I wanted to like sort of discuss in there, but I think even like from the artwork, like people can see like the whole idea of the Sharp One is kind of like I'm a comic book character almost. Do you know what I mean? Like not a superhero quite, but I'm like the protagonist of a comic book, and like the comic book is in and around the grime scene, and so I was like, what are the different chapters of this comic essentially? Do you know what I mean? And yeah, I think with all the tunes that you got like Beware. I think even with like the sort of like sample and Beware, there's kind of like, I feel like it's kind of like 80s like pop rock kind of vibes in it. That's very much like an opening sequence of like a comic book like movie. Do you know what I mean? Like some cheesy sort of stuff.
You know what I was going to say? It reminds me almost of like the sort of Pokemon theme. A little bit,
yeah.
From back in the day, I remember that being very almost very much like cartoony though. Every cartoon show I remember had that kind of like a kind of metallic guitar on it that sounded quite digital.
Yeah. And when I heard that, and obviously, like I said, shout out Lucy, shout out Carrie Michael. When I heard that, I was like, yeah, I know exactly what energy I came with. And I was talking to Spiral like the other day, and he was saying that he really liked that tune. And obviously I know that he kind of liked Act Like You Know from the Homegrown EP, and I kind of feel like Beware is like Act Like You Know, but a bit grown up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Agree.
But like still got that energy.
It's still got that kind of like choppy, sort of sampley sort of vibe to it, I feel, which is very much what the what Act Like You Know kind of came from.
Definitely.
So yeah, what would you say your favourite tune throughout the entire project is?
people keep asking me that, and it's so difficult.
Okay, I'll switch the question up then. Which track did you find the most interesting to make?
Oh, okay. The most interesting to make was probably Get Mine, produced by Pav.
Okay.
Because obviously now that Pav is letting me like credit him as Pav and that rather than Rotty, I can let the cat out of the bag, innit? Because obviously Pav had his different alias, and one of my favourite tunes that I've ever made, no parameters, no exceptions, Jungle, come out on South Point introducing before we were even doing like the Spotify streaming thing for them tunes. So like that's literally probably one of my favourite tunes that I've ever made. Like I've had people come up to me and be like, yo, like I burned that onto a CD so I can play it at my whip, and I'm like, yeah, I feel that, like love, like. So yeah, for me, like the fact that me and him didn't have anything on streaming together, like didn't really, I wanted to do it. And then lots of people don't know this, but I actually originally wrote it, like, you know, to a James Brown sample rhythm that he made, but like looked at the sample and we were just like, yeah, maybe let's not do that.
Probably not getting clearance on that one.
Yeah. Maybe let's not do that, you know what I mean? So it was literally like, I was like, I need a tune with Rotty, and he sent me so many beats, and I was just going through one, and obviously there was one that he sent me, and at the time, because I was looking for that sort of like anthemic sort of grime sound, like I had a very sort of fixed image of what sort of instrumentals I wanted in my head, and I felt like my sound had just matured a bit, innit? So it's jokes, because I went back and I listened to a rhythm that man sent me years ago.
I was with him when he first made it.
Yeah.
It sounded quite a bit different to how it sounds now.
Yeah, he gave it a little
It's like the futuristic version now. It's like the synths are updated. It's still definitely the same vibe, but
so yeah. Sick. That was like a Back to the Future type. Flex with the rhythm, and then obviously even that's what I'm saying. I feel like one of the things on this tune is like on this tape is that I'm just quite open and honest about how I feel, and that's a proper like window into what goes on in my head. You know what I mean? Like having the same dream about making it, like forgetting to eat because you want to grind, like all of that stuff, and it's like, I don't know, I tried to like deliver that message because I know there's lots of music about that message, but like in a non sort of cliche way, and I feel like that instrumental just sort of like laced it all up together. And when I like first like dubbed it and like got it back from Jay and I heard it, like I was just like, this is different. This is a different energy for me. Do you know what I mean? So
definitely, man.
Yeah.
I think with the instrumental as well, the thing I find, the instrumental feels like very, you know what, more than anything else, I feel like this is, with all the other tracks, you can tell they're more instrumentals that have been made specifically to have vocals on, whereas this one I feel could stand alone as an instrumental, but then when you add the vocal on top, it adds a whole extra like layer to it, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I think what was great with the entire, again, with like the whole tape, production-wise, like everybody smashed what they were doing, was all of like not one tune on this tape was like, oh yeah, let me take these bars and I'll put this, and I've got this concept, I've got this tune, and I've been sent this instrumental, let me put this tune on this instrumental. Like it was all built around the production. Do you know what I mean? Like every single bit of it was built around the production, in terms of that, and like that's kind of why I feel like there's that's why I feel like with tunes like Get Mine and with the instrumental for that, there's a lot of I don't know, for me, like I can feel the, like you say, even if the instrumental wasn't vocaled, I could feel the essence of
entirely
the tune in the instrumental, because that's kind of what it invoked in me, and like I tapped that theme from the rhythm. It wasn't like, right, I'm gonna write a tune about hustling, I'm gonna write a tune about trapping, I'm gonna write a tune about girls. Like so like I feel like that's kind of when people are asking me like what's changed or why does it sound more like Ellie Sabson, she was asking me earlier, she was saying like, oh, it sounds just like mature, like you sound like you've grown. Like I know you, and I don't even believe that you're this mature, but it sounds like you've grown up so much more. Do you know what I mean? Like, thanks, Ellie. Yeah, trust me. And it was just like, I don't know, I feel like it's just, that's kind of where that's all come from, innit? Because the tunes just came from things that I had to say rather than things that I wanted to say.
Nice. Well, we're gonna get into this one now. This one is Get Mine. We're live on the Cubcam YouTube channel. We're gonna run a couple more off the project and kind of look at what's on the way and just give the project like a bit of a final summary. Me and Juki will give our favourite bits of it as well so far. So don't go anywhere. Keep it locked. It's the Cubcam YouTube channel. It's Fresh Fridays. Myself and Duke Sky in the hot seat alongside man like Razor on the phone.
Same damn dream every night for the longest time. You need the strongest mind, cause this is the longest grind. Trying to get paper legit, we was trying to get money off crime. I don't really watch them man there, fam. I'm trying to get mine. At 16, I was facing time. My mum would have lost her mind. If a diamond's made by pressure, I have to shine. When they ask how everything's going, I say I'm fine. I don't really watch them man there, I'm trying to get mine. I got a dream that keeps me awake at night, to appear in a search above razor light. If you think that's bold, I'll change your mind. Spot not unlike what I raised to the hazer light. Come like a skater, boy, I can't wait to grind. I'm chasing mine, trust me, I'm chasing mine. I've been patient, G. Gatekeepers wanna shut gates on me. If I was them man, I would hate on me. I came to disrupt and it's blatant, G. Them old man, they have to wait on me. Something like latency, from the first time more free weight on me. I've been chasing P and I ain't stopped chasing P. No days off, no restarts. Man from square, no discard. No, it's not golf when we par. Raves go off when we bar. Raves go off, but if I ain't paid, then the raves get locked. Let me know when that payment drops. How dare that little sound boy ever think of taking shots? I'll understand soon, man, I'm making clock. About unfair, talking work when I done bare. You were chasing gal, I was chasing prof. You were with your link, I was linking dots. Please take your blinkers off, see it's nowhere near what you think it was. Try talking less and thinking lots. I had the same damn dream every night for the longest time. You need the strongest mind, cause this is the longest grind. Trying to get paper legit, we was trying to get money off crime. I don't really watch them man there, fam. I'm trying to get mine. At 16, I was facing time. My mum would have lost her mind. If a diamond's made by pressure, I have to shine. When they ask how everything's going, I say I'm fine. I don't really watch them man there, I'm trying to get mine. Build my own wave, then sail on it. I bought sharp, you could get impale on it. Them man a drizzle, I storm and air on it. I get dark, them niggas sound pale on it. What's a gatekeeper to a gate jumper? I was in full of me kickers and a great jumper. And I've been a wild card from way younger. Blackberry road in my left hand, probably trying to get your base number. 2-tape worm still with a match race hunger. Don't bet against me, great blunder. Roll up holding one of my name on guard. Johnny Stormer, I turn flame on star. Them niggas lame and they ain't no pawn. No games, so they hate on arms. I'm a winner. What's a dead sound boy to a killer? They love to chat about sin or deliver. Mum goes church every week, I'm a sinner, and I swear to the Lord, if it's war, then give man a cause. Have a phobia door with a spinner. Put something weird in your gut, school dinner. Barely an Allen Key, Ashbuck driller. I'm chasing mine. Grew up around 8s and 9s, raised on crime. Never been one for wasting time. It's not your year, you can wait in line. Them man are salty, bathed in brine. Them man are sour, tasted lime. Them man are clowns that are mates of mine. They never go in, I be chasing mine. I'm chasing mine. I had the same damn dream every night for the longest time. You need the strongest mind, cause this is the longest grind. Trying to get paper legit, we was trying to get money off crime. I don't really watch them man there, fam. I'm trying to get mine. At 16, I was facing time. My mum would have lost her mind. If a diamond's made by pressure, I have to shine. When they ask how everything's going, I say I'm fine. I don't really watch them man there, I'm trying to get mine.
I'm trying to get mine. I'm trying to get mine. I'm trying to get mine. I'm trying to get mine. I'm trying to get mine. I'm trying to get mine. I'm trying to get. Had to get corrupt, I had to get gone. I had to take L's, I had to move on. I had to raise L, the one to prove wrong. I had to get mine, my hunger's too strong. I had to get corrupt, I had to get gone. I had to take L's, I had to move on. I had to raise L, the one to prove wrong. I had to get mine, my hunger's too strong. I had the same damn dream every night for the longest time. You need the strongest mind, cause this is the longest grind. Trying to get paper legit,
legit, we was trying to get money off crime. I don't really watch them man, their fam, I'm trying to get mine. At 16 I was facing time. My mum would have lost her mind. If a diamond's made by pressure, I have to shine. When they ask how everything's going, I say I'm fine. I don't really watch them man there, I'm trying to get mine.
Right, that one there coming from Man Like Razor. That one is Get Mine, produced by Pav, Brighton family, of course. Out to everyone locked in via the Cubcam YouTube channel. This is Brekky in the Cave. Razor, the project is out. How are you feeling about it being finally out?
I'm so happy, man. Like, do you know what? Like, I think with me, people see me on like a load of like radio sets, obviously doing live stuff a lot, hosting a lot, which I love doing, innit? And I feel like they're all different elements to being an MC. But first and foremost, like, I write lyrics, you know what I mean? And like, I think that's why when I started recording, I think I never really looked back in the same way. I've never been able to write for like with the same that sort of energy that I had in the past, because now I'm a bit more about telling stories and like weaving stuff together and like sort of like putting out, I don't know, just like a bit more of me rather than just like a bar, because I like entertaining people but I also like keeping the realness in it. So having something, I think like so many people, you know, like yesterday in the live stream, you know, people from Croatia, people from Brazil, people from Russia, it's mad to me, like, and having those kind of people who don't see me on a daily basis or aren't able to just lock into Kiss or Rep by accident when they're in the car, like them having stuff that they can stream that reflects how I feel and how I sound now as an artist, like, yeah, that's a big thing for me.
Wicked, man. Right, we're gonna finish up in just a second. Dukey, was there anything you wanted to ask before we finish up?
No, well, you asked. You kind of stole my question a little bit. You said, what's your favourite track? I was going to say, what was the first track that you had on there? Not in terms of the first one that you recorded, but you know when you say like it's the first name on the team sheet, like if this track list was a team sheet, who's the first name on it?
If this track list was a team sheet, first name on it, definitely got to be flipping Stand By with Reese West. Yeah, that tune, like when me and West made that tune, the energy, we recorded that. Yeah, I was renting a room in a flat share in a little house on Wall Street in Hackney, innit? Like a year or two ago. Yeah, me and West were there. Like, he come round, chilled up, like we were just chilling, chatting about stuff, like just vibes and energies. And then obviously we had this rhythm from Noble, and Noble sent me, big up Noble obviously, but like Noble sent me the rhythm kind of being like, what do you think of this? Could you spit on this? And I was like, are you dumb? I'm spitting on this. Like, he was like, oh, let me finish it. And I was like, finish it quickly or I'll spit on this version. Yeah. Like, and you gotta be like that with Noble. Yeah, bro, like, nah, because obviously big up Noble, innit? Like, he's just like, he's a weighty producer, and I wanted to like get a proper collab in with him. But I've you see, like, my favourite producers, and I know like I'm like this as an artist, and you might send me a rhythm and not hear back from me for like a year. But when you hear back, it's gonna be fire, in it. So I understand in it, but sometimes on the other side of it I have to apply pressure. So me and West were just there chilling, listening to the rhythm, vibes in, like the rhythm was just playing on repeat. We're just drawing like the energies of our conversation really into that rhythm. And then that's how the tune got made, innit? And then everyone that I've played that to, like, do you know what I mean? It's just been a kind of like, whoa. And the synergy on the tune, like, obviously, I had an idea for it, like, the hook, and then West wrote his verse off that, and I wrote my first verse in and around that, and my second verse in and around that. So, like, the tune just flows, like, there's his verse goes into the hook, and it almost rhymes, and, you know what I mean? There's just, like, there's levels. And then, do you know what? Yeah, if that's the first name on the team sheet, then you got the Martinelli, which is like the young, unexpected guy that actually seems to be performing very well. That's got to be the Overthinking tune produced by Skellector. Okay. It's kind of mad because the version that's up on streaming, Kobe might have realised this, it's not the version that we wanted to be up on streaming. It's actually a slightly a version that like Jay remixed again, even like, but that version didn't go up for some reason, so I gotta go see what's going on with the distributor. But I wasn't sure if I was going to put that tune on. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And you know the mad thing, that's my favourite tune on there.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that to me already. Like, people are being like, I got this on repeat. Like, what's this, bruv? Like, and I'm just like,
oh, there you go then.
I nearly took that off on 4 separate occasions, you know what I mean? Like, that almost never saw the light of day. But big up Skellector, like, also just showing like how flipping versatile he is as a producer, because a lot of people are going to know him from like UKG sort of bassline, garage sort of vibes, innit? And they're not going to really know about like this bit. Like, Skellector is a very techie producer, innit? Like, he's known my brother Pekowski from day, and obviously people who know about my brother, they know what my brother's like production-wise, innit? And it was definitely something in the water in them sides around them times, you know what I'm saying? Because similar vibes, like absolute just waves, it's mad. Yeah, had to just touch that with a different sort of thing. And big up him for sending me that, because a lot of producers will make that tune and not send it to me. They'll be like, oh, I need something a bit more energetic for Razor, something grimy or something harder, you know what I mean? Is that if you send me the stuff that's a little that you think is a little bit outside of my box, then we get the tunes that are a little bit outside of the box, and then you end up with situations like this. So,
very nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into overthinking to finish up the show. Razor, thank you for joining us on the line.
Thank you, my guys. Big up, bro.
Yeah, let's get into this one then. This one is Overthinking. Duke Sky and Razor are both on the line. Make sure you go and download the Sharp one. It's out now. I've got something in my throat. 1 second. Go to
Bandcamp. Download the deluxe.
You can buy the deluxe version of Bandcamp this weekend.
And do that now, because the Bandcamp have waived fees.
Two extra tunes on there. One of them produced by KXVU. One of them produced by my guy Cass Calais, who directed the Run video. That's what I'm talking about. Bare multi-talented people involved in this. Get me? We got the guy who produced One Bonus track, hosting the breakfast show where we're promoting the tape, and the other guy shot the videos. You know what I'm saying? The synergy is mad. It's mad.
Right then, let's get into this one then. Razor, it's been an absolute pleasure. Make sure you go and download the tape at Really Razor on all social media platforms.
On absolutely everything.
And we'll see you soon, dude.
Love, bro.
Bless. Let's get into this one then. Overthinking, my personal favourite project on the tape. Yeah, don't go anywhere. We're live on the Cup Cam YouTube channel. It's Brekky In The Cave, Fresh Fridays. Oh, yes.
It's like I'm my own worst enemy, or I'm sick in the head and there ain't no remedy. Family and friends keep telling me that I shouldn't let this life be the death of me. They don't want to bury me, they don't want to take my body to the cemetery. I got sauce, but sauce ain't all of the recipe. In this thing here you need longevity. I'm trying to leave that legacy. Man, I got a need to be more than a memory. I came in the game with the same damn energy. You better carry that out if you threaten me. Better put your mash with your mouth. As I hit rock bottom, then I went to the mountain. If you're looking for a role model, I'm not the one. If you're looking for the truth, then you found him. If you're looking for the truth, that's me. Side of the city where the postcode start with an E, and you don't want to start with a G. No middle class is marketing me. I'm real. R to the A, that's stainless steel. Company I believe be your best, be scarce before I heal. Come for the game, not the will. Off can you feel?
I've been over drinking, feeling overwhelmed. Smoke big packs to myself, and that might lead to overthinking. I'm all up in my feels. I struggle with what's real, 'cause lately I've been over drinking, feeling overwhelmed. Smoke big packs to myself, and that might lead to over drinking. Maybe I've been overthinking.
I had something good, but I first I'm trying to save that love. Was out fighting a drone with a musket. Blades get blunt when the rust hits. Cuts get deep and the trust slips. Trying to prove to myself that I does this. Looking in the mirror trying to fight depression. Constant stressing, reminding myself that my L's are lessons. Do I believe myself? Am I blinded by pride? Can I see myself? Do I blame someone else when it's me, myself? To be argued, did I cause a scene myself? I don't even know at the moment. Tried to think, but my brain feels broken. Overloaded by things that were left unspoken. Memories that feel like almonds. Juice in my cup, been over drinking. Up all night, just overthinking. Juice in my cup, been over drinking. Up all night, just overthinking.
I struggle with what's real. I'm all up in my field. So I've been overthinking. Maybe I've been overthinking.
Right then, we're on the line. Man Like Duke Sky joins us. We're back to Fresh Fridays. A massive shout out to Razor for jumping on the line with us. The Sharp one is out now. Wicked project. You've heard a few bits off that. Dukey, how are you feeling this morning?
Yeah, I'm all good, mate. It's woken me up nice and sprightly now.
Definitely. I think we should definitely try and carry on doing this. We were just saying off air it'd be a good idea to get the football podcast rolling again, possibly via audio for the time being.
Yeah, I think if we just get a couple of one-offs out there, because there's still discussions to be had, even though there's no football to be played. So
definitely, I think realistically, transfers, kind of squad building, and then the big discussion of should the season finish early.
Well, yeah, should the season finish early? What to do if it does? And yeah, just all the repercussions. I think that's a very interesting debate at the moment.
There's a definite rabbit hole to kind of dive down, I reckon.
Yeah, I don't envy the person that's making the decisions. Right?
Nah, because he's going to upset someone.
Yeah.
He either upsets everyone or someone.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, let's jump into some more fresh music then. This one is Shura with Elevator Girl. First time I've heard of Shura, but I saw this one and thought, yeah, this is definitely one I need to get into. So we're going to get into this one now, and then we're going to get back to the ratings. We're live on the Cubcam YouTube channel. Dukey's on the line. It's Fresh Fridays.
Hey.
Maybe if it all works out, we got something so sweet. 22 flights of silence before I let you in. 22 flights of silence, elevate your skin. It's just like a film someone made based on a book that I read. So sweet, so strange. She elevates my world. She elevates my world. 22 floors up, I'm high, it's like a drug. She's my elevator girl. Underwater, falling for you, feels just like flying through the sky like angels. Ecstasy, 22 flights of silence. 22 flights of silence. I got a girl in my room. She elevates my world. She elevates my world. She elevates my world. 22 floors up, I'm high, it's like a drug. She's my elevator girl.
I buried one gin and tonic too many, or maybe you just had plenty of reason to tempt me, asking if I dip to swim your current. Is it me or did the tide shift? Drowning in your eyes grip, room key in my palm, anxiety make my mind trip. 22nd floor, second room on the left. Now I'm past your door, you laying weight of caress. All we needed was a swing of the hips, some wings and some lips, couple touches of a button. Won't you give me your lip, baby?
She elevates my world. She elevates my world. 22 floors up, I'm high, it's like a drug. She's my elevator girl. I got a girl in my room.
Wow, what a banger that one is. What an introduction to Shura. First time I've heard of her. That tune is wicked, though.
Yeah, absolutely love that one. It's news to me as well. Featuring apparently Philadelphia rapper Ivy Soul, who also smashed it. So
I think with that tune as well, I feel the mad thing about this is I feel that's normally the sort of tune that you would put into Fresh Fridays.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was having me written all over it, but There you go. To the punch.
I think the whole thing of it is just the whole tune's wicked, man. More than anything else, I think I really like the way it kind of the switch up in the middle where it kind of takes a bit of a different kind of approach. It goes from that kind of very kind of like almost R&B kind of like funky kind of soul music, you know what I mean? And it switches up into the sort of like softer sort of rap flows. I really like Ivy Soul on that as well, to be fair.
Yeah. No, it fits very nicely. I'm definitely going to go dig into the Shura discography. I'm just having a look at it now.
Is there much in there?
Well, there's plenty. There was an LP last year, so
definitely some passive digging to be done.
Yeah.
So it's your rating on this one.
I'm gonna go. Ooh. I'm gonna go 5, actually.
You're gonna go for the 5. Wow, it's a good week. It's a good week. So far we've had Jafro Peace featuring Low Fade with a 4-5. Shadow People Painted Red featuring Lely Geveld, I think it's pronounced, with a 5, and Shura Elevator Girl with a 5 as well. So this is a madness, to be honest with you.
Yeah. No, it's a bit mad, but you know what it is. I'm in a good mood. So there we go.
You know what? Yeah, it's fine to dish out a few 5s when everyone is actually getting. It's that good a week. That's the thing. It's like if we had a week, we have weeks on Fresh Fridays where we'll have no 5s, and we'll have weeks where we have big 5s. And maybe people have been saving their releases for this weekend specifically. Who knows?
Yeah, there's been a lot. There's been a lot to come. I think we're going to see a lot of that as well over the coming weeks. People are going to take advantage of these idle ears.
Definitely. We're going to jump into another one next. We're switching up the flavours a little bit. Jumping into something a little bit more dance floor ready. We don't currently have dance floors, but we do have our rooms, and we shall party. We shall. This one coming from DJ Zinc featuring Alicia Harley. This one, Bubble, very much along the lines of the sort of Wild Out vibes, if you remember that tune.
Yeah, of course. Classic.
Certified classic. But yeah, this is Zinc back to, in my opinion, doing what he does best, which is making kind of, I'm trying to think of the best way, niche yet very widely applicable dance music.
Yeah, that's a good summary.
There we go. Don't go anywhere. Keep it locked. It's the Cubcam YouTube channel.
Come on over for one and come up, watch my back and go down on. Try not force for the can and one and come up, watch my back and go down on. Boy, dodge all the tax man. One and come up, watch my back and go down on. Try not force for the can and one and come up, watch my back and go down on. I can go on better than her. Me can go on better than she. I can go on better than her. Me can go on better than she. I can go on better than her. Me can go on better than she. Find a girl for the dance floor, we can wind up and bubble like me. Bubble, Dutch pop bubble. What that bubble? Bubble, Dutch pop bubble. Walk that bubble. B-U-B-B-L-E bubble. B-U-B-B-L-E bubble. 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 B-U-B-B-L-E bubble. B-U-B-B-L-E bubble. Coming over for one and come up, watch my back and go down on. Try not force for the can and one and come up, watch my back and go down on. All the tax man. When I come up, watch my back and go down on. Try not force for the can and when I come up, watch my back and go down on. I can go on better than her. Me can go on better than she. I can go on better than her. Me can go on better than she. I can go on better than her. Me can go on better than she. Find a girl for the dance floor, we can wind up and bubble like me. Bubble, Dutch pop bubble. What that bubble? Bubble, Dutch pop bubble. Walk that bubble. B-U-B-B-L-E bubble. B-U-B-B-L-E bubble. 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 B-U-B-B-L-E bubble. B-U-B-B-L-E bubble. Bubble.
Inside the Building. That one there coming from DJ Zinc alongside a new vocalist that I haven't actually heard of before, Alakai Harley. I think that's how we pronouncing it. I'm not too sure, but I think so. It's CAI, so we'll see.
Yeah, no, it's Alakai Harley, yeah.
Cool.
23 from Kingston, Jamaica.
Ah, very interesting. How did you find that one?
Yeah, no, it started off, I wasn't too sure, but then it grew on me as it went on. I could see that one going off.
I think more than anything, that tune there, it's such a throwback to that While Out sound, I think.
Yeah. Well, it is. I do see the similarities now. You said that.
I think with that kind of like patois style vocal, when you double that up with kind of like quite stripped back but metallic sounding kind of bass sounds, I think the two are just very like interlinked in the formula. Not necessarily the sound, but the formula is very similar.
Yeah. I don't think you could compare the caliber as yet, because obviously that's a classic you're talking about.
That's a real. You know what? To the point where I have that on vinyl, and I never even played like house music, but I had it on vinyl.
Yeah.
that kind of level. But yeah, we're going to go on that one. I think this one's my rating. I'm going to give this one a 4. I think I'm going to give it a 4. You know what? With this one, I feel this is one that I feel it's one that I'm going to like more as it goes on.
Yeah.
Because I remember at the time I didn't like While Out when it first came out.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't a massive fan. So yeah, I think this
that's just more about you than the tune, I reckon.
Yeah, well, yeah. Longevity gets points, but you can't give longevity points to begin with.
Yeah. It's travelled well. Through time.
Definitely. Alakai Harley, Bubble, and we're going to go for. We're going to go for the 4 on this one. There we go. Go for the 4. That's now in the system as a 4. So next up on the listing, we've got so many bangers to get through today. I've got to say, there's a lot of good new ones floating around.
Boom.
Should we get into the new JME and Footsie tune?
Yeah, let's do it.
That's a good one, I think. So this one is Pepper Stew, Footsie and JME. The video for this one popped up a couple of days ago, and it officially dropped today on streaming platforms. So we're going to get into this one now. Duke's guys on the line?
Yeah, I'm out here.
Inside, but still out here. Don't go anywhere. We're live on the Cup Cam YouTube channel.
Striker, Hernan and Crespo, could've said Vardy, but I went retro. Back in the day, I had a mini metro, thing in a fiver, bare petrol. You know me, I've been good from the get-go. And if a man's spraying, then you better get low. And if you ain't got money, then get dope. See my dreams, I'm never gonna let go. Man want more than a bread roll. Man, them a look in the loaf. And if you look in my face right now, you see that this ain't a joke. You see that this ain't a game. Look, it's so simple and plain. I'm an attack where you're watching that. All of your chain. Life that I'm living gets nuts sometimes. Man, I run up on a man with a bucks one time. Take all your belly and guts one time. Took all of your smelly and your HD telly. Every last penny that's gone one time. Catch man slipping and gone one time. Find me and my soldiers on front line. Live the life of an otter. I used to roll with a knife for the butter. I've seen blood run down the drain. I had a front row seat in the gutter. I tell her you talk up, don't stutter. Yeah, know what you're talking about. In this ends, know what you're walking about. Man will get a pepper in, put a man in a hole like ketamine. Doing this thing for years, I'm a veteran, and I know that I'm better than you. You can bring your bread, you know, pepper him too. Just wait for the hook, come pepper him through. Yeah, you got blue on the buttons, this one comes like pepper and stew. Pepper and stew, pepper and stew. Man can't talk about peppering me. Try a thing, then I'll be peppering you. Peppering you, peppering you. This one comes like pepper and stew. Man can't talk about peppering me. Try a thing, then I'll be peppering you.
Mic, check, cool. Check. 1, 2, pepper and stew. Guess who's next? It ain't you. Trust, I'm killing this thing, fam. Man's well off. Man start switching, phone get bell off. Stop that bitching, fam. You fell off. Man's in the kitchen, munching jollof. Run the rhythm, yeah. DJ run it. Pepper and stew in your mouth, yeah. Bun it. Talking a lot, but they're not on it. Man will hop them up like red Scotch bonnet. Yeah, you'll see me in reality, not reality TV. Put integrity on your PC, please. Yeah, you're not a G without a JME CD. Them man need their sanity checks. Blood, it's getting embarrassing. They're online stunting all bathing, but on payday they get a reality check. Talk to their boss, quick salary check. I'm eating good, quick calorie check. Them man ain't really eating, fam. Some microwave and salad cream chef. Sad, man, I'm curating a whole new life. Come like Arnie from True Lies. Fam, I know you think you're wise. Don't know who told you, but they serious. Serious. Pepper in you, pepper in stew, pepper in stew. Try a thing, then I'll be peppering you.
Pepper in stew, pepper in stew. Man can't talk about peppering me. Try a thing, then I'll be peppering you. Peppering you, peppering you. This one comes like pepper in stew. Man can't talk about peppering me. Try a thing, then I'll be peppering you.
Right then, inside the building, that one there coming from Footsie and JME. Footsie seemingly going out quite a lot on his own recently, by the looks of things. Well, not on his own, but going out as like, rather than new MGs, he's going very much a lot more out there as Footsie, I'm finding.
Yeah. Well, I think, I fully endorse that. I like a lot Footsie on his own and with alongside Dubs, so no, I'm all for it.
Definitely, man. I mean, we're talking about one of the... I want to say an MC that has been like pretty involved with grime for an extended period of time now. You know what I mean? He's in that kind of bracket of original grime heads.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you're like on like compared to like a casual fan, I don't think you'd necessarily Footsie won't be one of the first names that you'd be writing down, but he's one of the first names that you should be learning about.
Yeah,
so.
primarily just for the historic factor, if you know what I mean. Like, he's been involved in so many different areas. He's been on a lot of big tunes, maybe even just on like a verse or whatever. Like he's on
production as well. Like, you have to do your homework. Like if you don't know about Footsie's production credits, because they're extensive as well.
Yeah, very much so, and he has quite a signature sound as well.
Yeah, fully.
That very. I think there's a Wiley instrumental called Toy Shop, and a lot of Footsie stuff sounds in that same sort of bracket, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Very kind of like. I'm trying to think of the best way. It's quite like wooden yet metallic at the same time, like very kind of wobbly sort of synths. It's a bit different.
I was going to say, I'm going to leave the description to you, so that the reviewer and you comes out.
I just love it. You know what my favourite thing to say about any tune is? Metallic bass lines. It's my favourite thing to say. So, what are we going to go rating-wise on this?
I'm going to give this a quattro, a 4.
4. And good to see JME still smashing collabs out as well.
Yeah. I think he's been quite active. I've seen him floating around on a few features, as well as obviously his own project wasn't out that long ago, so
yeah,
it's good to see him back.
Very much so. Right, we've got a couple more to play. We're going to run some... what have we still got to go? We've still got a Eyes tune, a Fisher tune, and a Fred V tune all to run, so we're going to get through those as we move forward. It's just gone 20 past 11 here. I think we're going to run this stream a little bit longer than usual. Obviously, it's we've got loads of new music. Well, we're not under any time limit. We haven't got anyone on after us, so we can go for as long as we want.
No rush.
No rush at all. Let's get into this one then. This one is the brand new single from Fisher. This one is Freaks. Very interesting stuff. Let's get into this one. Myself and Duke Sky in the hot seat.
Hey.
Shoes come off and freaks come out. Come off and freaks come out.
Out to man like Marauder locked in. Out to man like Lucy as well, of course. All the locked in crew. Make sure you're subscribing, liking the page, everything there.
Come off and freaks come out.
There we go. That's that one from Fisher. That ended a bit abruptly, didn't it? Out of nowhere. Caught me a little bit off guard.
Do you know what? I rate an abrupt ending. I rate it.
What, that it just goes, no, I'm done. I've had enough.
Yeah. When it's, suddenly cuts out. Because I think the protracted outros do get a bit long sometimes.
Definitely, especially on 4x4 sort of sounds.
Yeah, exactly.
Rating-wise, I believe this one is mine. First of all, what did you think of this one?
It's not my favourite from Fisher, I've got to say, but I can't. I'm not the target audience for this, so I can't speak on it too tough. I
think for me, I mean, as you said, it's definitely not my favourite thing Fisher's done. I don't think it really comes close to Little Beauty or Losing It, if I'm honest. I think this almost feels a little bit like it's him producing on default.
Losing It was palatable for me, but this one I didn't connect with too much.
I don't know if it's just because he's going very much for a deep sort of techie market specifically on this one, but I think there just isn't really that much to this that kind of draws me in. I mean, I'm gonna give it a 3 if I'm honest. That's gonna be my that's my rating for this one. I don't know. It just didn't really connect with me the way I want a Fisher tune to connect with me. Like I want like a big. In your face kind of sound floating around there. I want everything to sound large. For me, that it was just almost like, here's a tune, we need to put a tune out, here's a tune I finished, we'll use this one. You know what I mean?
It's still in second gear.
Definitely. Right, we're going to jump into another one from Eyes next. This one is Money Man. Have you heard this one?
No, not fully. I've skimmed it. Well, I did give it a full listen, but I didn't take it in, if you know what I'm saying.
Take it in properly. Right, let's get into this one then. Money Man, Eyes.
Kawasaki, to my YG that backy. I'm in the S-line with Aki. I'm at big meetings in trackies. Hit the block in my gym guards. You know where I'm at, I'm in dubs. Yeah, I wanna kick it like Lingard. I ain't second in command, I'm in charge. Give it up. Had your mixtape, just give it up. See you in the vid trying to milli rock. Only backstrap when I'm billing up. Come for the cake, better give it up. Hands in the air when I stick 'em up. Man said jump off your high horse, so I jump back on and said giddy up. I want that money, man. And for the money, do the running, man. I've got a plan to make 100 grand, and I can't stop, I got the upper hand. I want that money, man. And for the money, do the running, man. I've got a plan to make 100 grand, and I can't stop, I got the upper hand. I'm firing like Alan Sugar. Promoters best have my mullah. There's no need to grab my joker. Of course I'll back Abdullah. In the ends I'm the local hero. Kids play my songs through earphones. You can hear my song on FIFA. If you get to the end of career mode, can't wait to the Cali lands. Get the star dog off the money man. Used to grow cheese in the caravan. Can't come my block and gallivant. Can't come my block and explore. Cause we don't play games like PS4. And we don't play games like Connect 4. No, we don't play games like a chessboard. I want that money, man. And for the money, do the running, man. I've got a plan to make 100 grand, and I can't stop, I got the upper hand. I want that money, man. And for the money, do the running, man. I've got a plan to make 100 grand, and I can't stop, I got the upper hand. Man want things for free, must think it's Eid or Christmas Eve. Madness. Man want things for free, keep knocking on my door like trick or treat. Man want things for free, must think it's the Wally if you're see. Man want things for free, wanna sit and eat like Thanksgiving's feast. I'm a top boy, top boy, top boy, top boy, man, a top boy, man, I still top toppers. Can't book man for one as your sausage, I ain't done that since college. I grew up with robbers, grew up with shotters, so I'm really not bothered. I'll drying them plants in cupboards, wearing that butter my mother's, me and my brothers. Oh, I want that money, man, and for the money, do the running, man. I've got a plan to make 100 grand, and I can't stop, I got the upper hand. Oh, I want that money, man, and for the money, do the running, man. I've got a plan to make 100 grand, and I can't stop, I got the upper hand.
Sounds of eyes on that one. That one is Money Man. Dukey, how are we feeling about this one?
Yeah, no, it's something different from Wise, actually. I like that because he's fresh off the boxing bars, if you call that one. Just, was that last month, maybe the month before?
Yeah, I think last month.
Yeah. So he's got a good string of releases, actually. Now I think about it, because there was a few before that as well. So, no, it's good. It's a good run from us.
Definitely. I think I like hearing him at a faster pace as well. I think he's very versatile as a vocalist as well, more than anything else.
Oh yeah, 100%. He's got to be one of the most versatile. But you got to remember how long he's been around as well, like consistently. So he's had a lot of time to hone in on his creative output.
Definitely, what he does best. Like, he knows more than anyone what he does best. And I think it's becoming apparent. I think we're seeing it a lot more with a lot of UK rappers as well. They are kind of going up to 160 or down to 120, or like, but they're still bringing their energy to it.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's definitely a time for expanding what you usually work with. So
yeah, definitely. What are we going to go rating wise on this one?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. I'm going to go 4 because I think it wasn't perfect Eyes track, but do you know what? It's going to bang.
I know exactly what you mean, man. I think that he could have done more with it. It did again. It almost felt like there was a script he was running to. But I think it does the job. You know what I mean? It's not. There's no way it doesn't do the job. There's obviously more that could be done with it.
Yeah. Like, I don't think even he'd say it's not like it's the best track he's made, but it's a banger. It's
one of those. Right, we're going to finish up with a bit of Fred V. This one is his new single, Light in the Distance. This one is the last one from us, and then we're going to pretty much summarise our winner. So keep it locked, don't go anywhere. We're live on the Cubcam YouTube channel.
Yeah, let's get it.
Right then, that one there coming from Fred V. Wicked tune, that one, Light in the Distance. Very, very different, I feel.
Yeah, definitely something different. It's nice though.
Very nice.
Different.
Very nice. I think that kind of... you see, I don't even know if I'd call that liquid. You know what I mean?
Really?
I feel it fits all the brackets, but it feels almost a bit too amphibious for like a liquid tune.
No, stop it. These adjectives are getting out of hand.
It's a bit too amphibious. A bit.
You can't.
What do you call it? There's too much undergrowth for it to be liquid.
Yeah. There's too much fauna. I don't know.
too much fauna. Too much foliage.
Yeah, that's nice.
But yeah, no, I like the tune. You know what? I won't lie. I haven't heard much from Fred V. I know he's quite like a big name in his scene or whatever, but it's not really someone that's ever crossed my path much. But I do like this. I think the skill levels are very, very clear.
Yeah. No, I've definitely seen his name about quite a bit.
I think primarily, you know what it is, more than anything else, I'm only just kind of discovering the kind of the tier brackets, shall we say, of D&B, like finding out like who's where in drum and bass, like who's like the big names in what like sub genres and stuff like that. Like I'm trying to do like a bit of like outside research so I can see like a map of how the scene looks. For this one, I'm gonna go 4. I think 4's fair. I think 4's fair for this one. For me, I would have liked a little vocal element on top. That would basically be it for me. That would be what makes the difference.
Yeah, I hear that.
Sorry, Karen.
No, I was just gonna say, we were talking that it could have been bit harmonising over the top or something would have sat well.
Just give it that, as chefs say, would have lifted it to the next level.
Yeah.
As every chef on every cooking programme ever seems to say. Right, we've got a bit of a situation. We've got 2 5s, so we have to pick. We have to choose a favourite. So we have our 2 5s, our Shadow People Painted Red, featuring Lely Geveld, I believe it's pronounced, and we have Sher with Elevator Girl, featuring Ivy Soul with a 5 as well. So I rated the Shadow People tune, you rated the Sher tune. So what we're going to do is
usual proceedings.
We're going to have to switch it around. So I'm going to give the Shura a tune a rating, and you can give the Shadow People tune a rating.
I'm going to go 4 for your one.
You're going to go for 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Shura takes the win, I think, then.
Nice.
I was going to go 4-5 for Shura.
Jeez.
So there we go. We have our winner. So I need to put this little marker down here. Winner, Shura.
If it was back in the regular scheduled programming, I think that'd be a strong check of the week contender.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. Yeah. It comes second actually because it would be Ray, but there you go.
There we go. Sure, Elevator, Feet, Ivy, Soul. There we go. There's our winner. Just gonna make that a little bit smaller so it looks all right. There we go. That's our running order for the day done. That is today's edition of Fresh Fridays. We're about to finish up the show. Juki, thank you for jumping on the line as per.
Thank you for having me, mate. It's very, very resourcul little setup. I'm glad to see it.
The show goes on, as we say. The show goes on.
Keeping a vibe alive, exactly.
The show goes on. Right, I'm going to give this a little print screen here. Boom. There we go, print screen done. And there we go. We'll be back same time on Monday. We are taking the weekend off. I'm not doing Saturdays and Sundays. I'm not a machine. I do need a little bit of respite. But yeah, thank you to everyone who has been tuning in. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel, liking the video and turning notifications on. At Duke Sky on all social media platforms as well.
Duke Sky Walks.
Duke Sky Walks, sorry, yeah, that's my bad. Don't know how I'm not getting that right.
At Duke Sky looks like Duke Ski, like it's some Russian surname or something.
It is Duke Ski.
Yeah, it's like some composer vibes. Duke Ski's Third Symphony in that.
Right, so yeah, that's it from us. We'll be back Monday. I'll be back Monday morning. Dukey, I think we'll try and work in a football chat for next Friday, I think.
Oh, for next Friday? Yeah. Well, whenever we'll discuss that off there. But stay alert to the social media happenings. We'll keep you up to date with that.
Good stuff.
And we'll definitely do another Fresh Fridays next week.
Yeah, definitely. I'm liking this. It's a nice relaxed start to the day. Obviously, it's a little bit later on in the day. I think realistically, everyone working from home, no one's waking up at the same time. Let's be honest. Let's be 100% honest.
No, we'll see. We'll see if we can rope in another couple of guests as well, because I think the guest pool has widened somewhat.
Definitely, the guest pool has become a lot bigger. Might try and get the weekend on the phone. Who knows?
Go through it.
Right then, don't go anywhere, guys. Well, do go anywhere. We're finishing up the show. Keep it locked.
Yeah. Go anywhere. Literally.
Go anywhere else, but not outside. That's the thing you have to do. All right, we'll see you Monday, guys. Keep it locked. Make sure you're subscribing, liking the video, and we'll see you later.
Hey.